Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nossos programas oferecem vários idiomas. Acesse suprememastertv.com/schedule.
So the deep healing that's happening, I think, with the vegan revolution is that we're beginning to connect spirituality with our food.
The World Peace Diet interview with Dr. Will Tuttle, Vegan, Part 2 of 4. Continue watching to find out more.
Netizenese, that means how are you in the Azerbaijani language. I am Leila. With joy and friendship, the warm-hearted people of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic send you sincere greetings. Welcome to part 2 of the 4-part series entitled The World Peace Diet, interview with Dr. Will Tuttle, Vegan. Dr. Will Tuttle, a Shining World Hero Award recipient, is a composer, inspirational speaker and pianist, as well as a Dharma master in the Zen tradition. A former philosophy professor, he presents over 100 concerts, lectures, and workshops annually, promoting veganism worldwide. Over the years, he has met and developed a beautiful friendship with Supreme Master Chinkai in their shared efforts to build a more uplifted, compassionate vegan world.
Can I sign one for you?
Oh, sure, please.
I just thank you so much from my heart, and keep up the...
Thanks for what you do for the world. You know, we're working together. No need to thank me, you know. We work in the same direction.
Yeah, we're working together, but you're the heart and soul of everything. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks for trusting me.
Dr. Will Tuttle's bestseller, The World Peace Diet, Eating for Spiritual Health and Social Harmony, outlines the far-reaching implications of our food choices. First published in 2005, the empowering book has been translated into 16 languages and has spawned a movement of conscious, cruelty-free living for a more spiritually, ecologically, and socially wholesome world. We are honored to welcome Dr. Will Tuttle to share his insights and message. Chapter 9 of the World Peace Diet offers an astute analysis into reductionism, where people represent complex phenomena into simpler or more basic levels. For instance, when people began herding and commodifying animals, they lowered human respect for animals and nature while desensitizing themselves and reducing their own mentality. Dr. Will Tuttle explains that this herding culture has also fostered reductionism in science and religion that limits our scientific and spiritual development.
In the World Peace Diet, Chapter 9 focuses on science and religion. And the basic idea in our society is that science is on one side and religion is on the other, and they're kind of fighting, they're kind of disagreeing about many things. And what I say in the World Peace Diet is that essentially science and religion are two bickering brothers. They're both sons of the herding culture. Basically, our society is organized at its core around imprisoning animals and herding them. And both science and religion support that. We have a reductionist science that reduces everything to matter. The animals are just objects that are sold by the pound. In a herding society, you have a materialist framework, essentially. Everything is reduced to mere matter. And so we have religions that support violence towards animals. They don't question violence towards animals, essentially. And there's this idea that God created the earth and created the animals, and that humans are somehow especially superior to animals, that it's okay, we have the right to use them, that God gives us that right. Now, this is a basic idea that most people in reductionist religions have. And the same thing is true with science. The underlying idea in science is that if you cannot measure it, it does not exist. And so it's interesting, in the Asian traditions, there's a deeper connection with the human and animal sensitivity. The underlying idea is that we have compassion for all living beings, not just for humans, but for all beings. And this, I think, reflects a culture that did not have such a strong herding orientation toward animals. So one of the things we're seeing, I think, now is that we're beginning to connect with the feminine dimension of consciousness, which is caring and nurturing, and sees the interconnection that we have with nature and with other living beings and with each other.
Let's enjoy a walk with our loving animal companions. We'll be right back here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to the World Peace Diet interview with Dr. Will Tuttle, Vegan, Part 2 of 4. The World Peace Diet portrays how veganism provides compassion for all beings. We can reverse the external damages while strengthening the inner connection to our own noble nature. Dr. Tuttle addresses how a revolution of heart, mind, and body can transform our world to one of peace, harmony, and reverence for the interconnectedness of all life.
And so we're starting to question reductionist science and religion. And I think that's a very healthy thing. The whole idea that we live in a society where cows and pigs and chickens are just merely objects and matter, and pretty soon, when we do that for thousands of years, we ourselves become just matter. We're taught in school that when we die, that's it. It's over. We're just a physical body, and that is a mentality that destroys any hope that we have at a deep level for inner peace and for harmony with each other, because life becomes meaningless. We're just in this meaningless universe. We're just here to consume. It really promotes consumerism. It promotes competition. And the deeper wisdom in the spiritual traditions, the authentic spiritual traditions, is that life is eternal, that what we are is a field of infinite and eternal consciousness. That's our true nature. We're expressing perhaps through a physical body, but that's what we are, is a being that is eternal. And the same is true for all beings. All beings are a reflection of eternal consciousness. So when we understand that at a deeper level, we have a sense of respect for animals and for each other, because we see beyond just this material level. If we are raised in a society of animal agriculture where everything is reduced to matter, and we have religions and science that both agree on that, then we create a world that concentrates wealth in the hands of a few who can control everything, and everyone else has to struggle and compete with each other and become consumers. So the deep healing that's happening, I think, with the vegan revolution is that we're beginning to connect spirituality with our food, to see that when we pay other people to imprison and kill animals, it's not only harming the people who are doing the work, the animals, the hungry people who could be fed, but it's harming ourselves, and it's reducing our spiritual sensitivity. And the whole idea is to create a society that reflects spirituality and our true nature. And that means essentially a religion that is not reductionistic, that is more holistic, a science that is more holistic, that sees the interconnectedness of everything and is not trapped in this prison of reductionism and materialism. And I think when we look deeply into the mystical traditions, even in the West, we can see in the teachings of Jesus and some of the other deep teachings that there is this kernel. We see it more easily in the Asian traditions, in Taoism, Buddhism, and Confucianism, and many of the Vedanta. We see this teaching very clearly. So it's part of our human heritage. It's something that we can, as human beings, we can tap into this wisdom and we can awaken it within ourselves. I think that's the beautiful thing. Each one of us can quiet our mind and realize that what I am is not a thing. What I am is the awareness that makes everything possible. We can understand that directly. And I think that's the power. But it's very difficult to understand that if we're eating animal foods. Because if I'm eating animal foods, then the whole guilt and shame of violence towards animals makes me want to just stay shallow and not look too deeply. So that's why it's very important for us to change our food if we want to make any progress spiritually. And Madeline and I travel all over the world sharing these ideas because I think it's important for people to move to a plant-based way of eating and living for their own health, but to understand the deeper significance and the consequences of animal agriculture on every level of our society, of our physical health, psychological health, and spiritual health.
Indeed, Supreme Master Ching Hai has also emphasized the importance and multifold benefits of adopting a compassionate vegan lifestyle time and again. Recently, Master expressed an urgent message to all the religious and spiritual leaders.
As great spiritual leaders, you would also be aware of the devastation occurring on our planet, directly related to accelerated climate change caused by humans' cruel behaviors and brutal habits, which is not so difficult to change once applying the principle of love. Please tell your believers this truth. Please keep telling them. Please keep reminding them. I know you did, but we could do more. Thank you. We just have to change. Tell them that we must change. We must change if we want to claim that we are human, that we are the future Buddha, that we are the children of God. Because we cannot say that we are the children of God if we murder other children of God.
We pray that all humans soon turn to the essential earth-saving vegan lifestyle so that all beings can thrive in an abundant, peaceful, and uplifted world. For more information on the World Peace Diet, please visit worldpeacediet.com. Graceful viewers, thank you for your company today. Join us again on Sunday, July 19th for part 3 of the World Peace Diet interview with Dr. Will Tuttle Vegan. Coming up next is Filipino delicacies from vegan chef Reina, part 2 of 2, traditional vegetable lumpia spring roll, right after noteworthy news here on Supreme Master Television. May heaven bless your lives with harmony and vibrancy.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/UL.